What's up everyone, Alessandro here and welcome to this Bitcoin price analysis. We're gonna have a look into Bitcoin right now, guys, because Bitcoin is pumping and of course also the altcoins are having right now a nice little leg up, and of course this could be the beginning of our long awaited altcoin season if Bitcoin finally is waking up and pushing here towards $110,000 and $120,000 finally, because after this huge crash that we have seen down to $98,000, of course now the big question is if the bear market is starting or if we have the chance to resume here the uptrend and maybe even see a very nice target for Bitcoin during this Q4 of 2025. So we're gonna have a look into that, guys. Welcome everyone on board. Make sure to be subscribed on this channel, guys. We are almost at 3,000 subscribers. Thank you very much for your great support. We're gonna do a nice $100 giveaway as soon as we reach 3,000 subscribers. Of course, check out all exchanges that I'm also using here in the video description, like KC Exchange, where you can trade without KYC here directly all the cryptos that you want without paying any trading fees, and also no withdrawal fees on this exchange. And otherwise, if you want to sign up, for example, to Bybit and so on, I'm using different exchanges. All links are right here. And also check out the newest upcoming cryptos that are very hyped right now, like Bitcoin Hyper, for example, Best Wallet, and of course Hyper Sui. This first DEX on Hyper on Sui that is upcoming, called Hyper Sui. We can currently invest into the next stage. As you can see, we entered into the next stage. The price has increased here. It's still like half of a cent almost, and the listing price will be at 9 cents. So also here we still have enough time to buy in, of course, if you're interested. That's the first decentralized exchange coming up on top of Sui. Then also Best Wallet is launching in 18 days. The last chance to get on board here as well, guys. Also here, everyone is jumping on board. It is one of the most anticipated new cryptos that everyone is waiting for the launch, of course, this Best Wallet token, because the app is already out, but we're waiting for the token. And then, of course, last but not least, we also have Bitcoin Hyper, which raised another $500,000, guys, in just a few days. 26.4 millions have been raised on this new layer 2 on top of Bitcoin. Remember, this is a layer 2 build up with Solana, but on top of Bitcoin. Also here, currently I'm buying in and staking those coins because I think that Bitcoin Hyper is of course currently the most hyped upcoming launches, basically new cryptos that are upcoming. So we're gonna have a look into that, guys, especially into Bitcoin. So welcome everyone on board. Remember, everything in this video is no financial advice, especially whenever I'm taking trades or buying or selling cryptos. This is all my own opinions, price analysis and market observations. Always do your own research, guys, since I don't give any financial advice. Everything is no financial advice in this video. So here in the 4-hour time frame, you can see that Bitcoin is still going sideways, basically here, still chopping around. But the most important thing for today is, as I told you also in yesterday's video, guys, that we're gonna close above the 50 weekly moving average, because then in theory the bull market is still ongoing. And you can see that right now we are back above the 50 weekly moving average at 103K. If we can close this weekly candle in 7 hours and 43 minutes above the 50 weekly moving average, in theory the bull market continues, and we should expect here a nice big leg up in the next coming weeks, and maybe even new all-time highs. It depends what happens once we reach here the $112,000 to $113,000 area. That is of course our new resistance right here. If we're gonna get here a nice bounce, because so far Bitcoin stayed within this rising wedge. As you can see, we always had here the support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance, and now we are crashing down. So that's why it's important that of course Bitcoin is also recovering back above this new resistance that we have at around 113K. And the CME chart, this one closed already yesterday on Friday above the 50 weekly, so above 103K, while on the spot chart we still have to wait for the close. But I'm pretty confident that we're gonna see a nice close above the 50 weekly moving average, and that also the indicators are crossing bullish. Here on the daily time frame, we in theory have already a buy signal flashing, so we have currently a buy signal incoming. I'm just waiting for my confirmation indicator to flash and to cross bullish, because every time that we had that cross, you can see here on the price that we had always a nice rally, and of course sometimes also into new all-time highs. But whenever we were in oversold condition like right now and we crossed bullish, we had a nice move to the upside. Even just a move towards the top side of the Keltner channels would take Bitcoin again back towards $115,000, which is here the top side of the Keltner channels. So in my opinion, we're gonna have a very good week upcoming, guys. This week will tell then if Bitcoin is able to resume the bull market and go towards new all-time highs, and maybe see prices towards 150K. Because if you look here at the RSI, which is cooling off down to the support trend line, we have a lot of room left now to the upside. If we would push here to the upside towards the resistance, we would have a lot of room left here to go higher. And also based on the price, you can see that if here we roll over and we have a big bounce, we can easily reach here the resistance that we have from this resistance trend line from the previous tops. And this could take Bitcoin easily towards 150k and maybe even higher levels. Depends how fast we're going to go up. The only problem that I'm seeing right now is that normally whenever we had here a big bounce and a big continuation to the upside, we not only bounced here on the RSI, on the support trend line, but also we had a bullish cross on the MACD. And the problem is that currently we are far away from it. So we are far away from a bullish cross here on the MACD. Of course, this can change if Bitcoin, for example, goes slowly higher, starts to go slowly higher. Then, of course, the MACD here can easily turn around and go to the opposite direction. So that would be, of course, the bullish scenario if that happens. So I'm looking out for that. But of course, this needs to happen as soon as possible on the weekly time frame, because the only problem that we really have right now is the timing problem for Bitcoin. The cycle high should have been in basically here in October, latest November. So we will see what will happen. But I'm still remaining bullish since we have now potentially this weekly close above the 50 weekly moving average here. So that is a good sign. But of course, we also need to recover back above important resistance levels that we have, especially here at around $114,000. Also here we have the EMA ribbons, the exponential moving average top here at around 112k. So also this is something that we have to look at, because in the past, whenever we entered into a bear market, we got the top side of the EMA ribbons as a resistance then, and we basically afterwards crashed down, which is currently at 112k. But how it looks right now, I'm pretty confident that we could see a continuation of this bull run, and that would mean that also for the altcoins like Ethereum, Tron, Solana, Crow, and many others, of course, all the privacy coins which are going viral right now, like Zcash, Monero, Dash, all of them are seeing big pushes to the upside now. Also Monero finally, and don't know what's going on with those privacy coins, guys, but in the past, unfortunately, those kind of pumps, they never really have been very sustainable. But of course, you can trade it if you think that they're gonna continue to pump, especially if Bitcoin pumps right now. So watch out for those three coins, Monero, Dash, and also Zcash. And of course, I'm buying up also into new upcoming cryptos that are hyped right now. The complete list you're going to find here in the video description if you're interested. Currently, everyone is jumping on board into Bitcoin Hyper, then Best Wallet, which is upcoming, and of course, Hyper Sui, which is the first DEX coming up on top of Sui in the next year. It is supposed to be launching in Q1 of 2026. Check them out, guys. The links are here in the video description. I salute you for now. Let's see where Bitcoin is going to close today, but as it is right now, it looks like that we're gonna see here nice continuation to the upside in the next coming week, and that of course will be extremely good for Bitcoin. Bitcoin has the chance now to resume the bull market. Let's see what happens, guys. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned, be subscribed here, and we're gonna see us all in the next one. Bye for now.